Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Lightfall Season of the Witch intel. And today is the weekly reset, and with it, the return of Iron Banner. Iron Banner is a great thing to farm out when it is available, as there is some excellent loot available through Iron Banner for both the current meta for PvE as well as PvP, but also next season's meta, which is going to be heavily focused on auto rifles. So I'm going to take you through all the best ways that you can farm out Iron Banner and some of my favorite god rolls that you might want to consider picking up. We'll also cover all the weekly rotators. We'll see what we have at Eververse, the Nightfall, and the Raid and Dungeon. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell, the post notifications, so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Lightfall content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel, and I do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When we reach 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series X. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. For the rank rewards through Iron Banner, we have the Point of the Stag with Slick Draw, Golden Tricorn, and Skulking Wolf, the origin trait. We have the Guiding Sight Scout Rifle with Enlightened Action and Cascade Point. And then we have the Pressurized Precision Fusion Rifle with Moving Target and Cornered. Now, this Point of the Stag I actually think is a very good bow. Golden Tricorn is a great trait to have. I don't use bows that much myself, but I think with Wild Card also, and Slick Draw, as well as the Compact Arrow Shaft and the Elastic String with a Handling Masterwork, this one's going to do you very well if you are someone who uses bows often. We have the Guiding Sight Scout Rifle. I don't find myself using scout rifles that much at the moment. Sort of prefer to use auto rifles, which are also, I think, going to be getting a big buff next season. But this one with Cascade Point, Enlightened Action, just curious. Dealing damage improves reload speed and handling. Okay. This one comes with a range masterwork. Also has armor-piercing rounds and a hammer-forged rifling sight. So not bad. Probably worth it when scout rifles are big again. This one, a 150 round per minute scout rifle. And then we have the Pressurized Precision Fusion Rifle. Now, I would maybe consider acquiring this just so you can actually focus it, because this can roll with some much better perks than what is available currently, though cornered, faster charge time, or draw time when surrounded by combatants and moving target might work fairly well together. This is another range masterwork. I do like this fusion rifle, actually more for PvE. If you go into the focus decoding, the things you're probably going to want to be on the lookout for, this for strand builds, if you can get the right perks on it. But for all arc builds, you're going to want to pick up the Dark Decider. Now, of course, in order to focus any of these weapons, you're going to need Iron Ingrams. So we're going to cover the best way to acquire Iron Ingrams as fast as possible so you can get the god roll that you're really looking for. Another weapon that you might want to consider under the Legacy gear is the Hero's Burden. Now, this can roll with destabilizing rounds. In my opinion, is probably one of, if not the best, Void submachine gun to pair with all Void classes or Void builds. And as I said over on the Dark Decider, the role that I think you'd be looking for at least PvE, which I think is really where this weapon is best suited, is Volt Shot. Now, I do have, I believe, a couple of these rolls on me, if I'm not mistaken. I don't usually let them go too far. Here's my Dark Decider. I think my Hero's Burden is in the Volt at the moment, but know that it has destabilizing rounds on it. But my Dark Decider is the Volt Shot roll. Vice Stinger on this one. I think the other perks can be sort of interchangeable, but I actually like using this for both PvP as well as PvE. PvE primarily, but I actually think it does really well in PvP when you pair it with a good arc build, at least for the Warlock. Now, in order to farm out those iron ingrams and get your god roll as fast as possible, you're going to need to acquire those iron ingrams as quickly as you can and in as high a quantity as possible. So, when you load up the Iron Banner playlist, you'll see down in the bottom left corner, we have the Iron Banner rank booster. Now, you get these from wearing an Iron Banner emblem or Iron Banner gear. Notably, Iron Banner gear also counts as weapons. So if you're using an Iron Banner weapon, for example, if I was using my Dark Decider or my Hero's Burden, it would count. And Iron Banner armor as well as Iron Banner ornaments. Now, some people might not be that familiar with ornaments, as it was something that kind of came, and though it's still here, hasn't really, I think, been as big a deal, at least to people who maybe are just getting into Iron Banner versus people who are veterans of the game. But Iron Banner ornaments essentially allow you to craft a weapon, or excuse me, a piece of armor, into an ornament that then can be applied on top of another piece of armor. So in this case, if you were wearing a genuine piece of Iron Banner gear, and I'll equip a piece just so you can see what I'm talking about. As you can see here, I have the Wolfswood Bond. Now this is an Iron Banner bond. So when I equip it, I should see one piece of Iron Banner gear equipped. However, I will see two because I have actually already created an Iron Banner ornament to put on top of a already existing Iron Banner piece of gear, and this counts as double. So the fastest way to actually get your rank up quickly, as I said, is by having as many of these Iron Banner pieces of gear equipped, and no easier way than to just double up on one piece of gear or two. That way you have 4 fully equipped, and that way you can use your exotics or any other weapons, and you don't have to really be bothered with figuring out what piece of Iron Banner gear you want to substitute in for maybe some Artifice armor if you have that, or a Iron Banner weapon if you want to just use your favorite exotic weapon and your favorite sniper or whatever combination you like. And just to show you exactly what I'm talking about, if I now go over to Iron Banner and I select it, you will see I have 2 pieces of Iron Banner of the 5 possible equipped, and I have a now rank bonus of 2.7. So that's 2.7 times what I'd normally be getting. Now, the faster you go through your Iron Banner ranks, the more Iron Ingrams you're going to get. The faster you rank up, the more rewards you get. I think that's fairly common sense practice. But in any case, that's the best way to farm out Iron Banner and max out your Iron Banner rank. Plenty of other good things also from just maxing out your Iron Banner rank. You get the Woodland War Bond, as well as you can get your Ascendant Shard, and then there's, I think, more stuff once you go through it again. But really, it's mostly so you can just focus your favorite god roll. That's going to be it for Iron Banner. We'll just quickly head over to Eververse and see what is for sale this week. Show you the new shaders, the Breezy Clear. That's a very bright shader. I don't believe I have that one though, so I might pick it up. We have the Cleopatra. Fun. Kind of looks good with what I have on currently. We have the Vigil for Same 14 weapon ornament, and we have red light, green light emote. Huh, very fun. If you don't know what this weapon ornament looks like, to say, not the coolest. For Bright Dust, we have the Infinite Quiver for the La Monarch. We have the Wasteland Racer. And we have the Blight for Flight, excuse me, ship. That's actually kind of a, wow, that's a really cool looking ship. That has a real, like, aliens aesthetic. That's it, the main things for Tess Eververse. Quickly look around the directory real fast. As we know, we have Iron Banner this week. The Nightfall, I believe, is the Lightblade. That's for the Nightfall as well as Grandmaster Nightfall. Not totally sure exactly what the weapon is currently. I'm going to guess it's Loaded Question, as I believe the rotation got changed slightly. But if you do know, please leave it in the comment section down below. That'll count as a secret hashtag for today's video. And if I'm not correct about what the Nightfall actually is, please also leave that, but pretty sure it is the Lightblade. We have the Crota Zen raid as well as the King's Fall raid as the featured raid for this week. So if you're looking to farm out the Touch of Malice, now's the time to do it. Probably the best raid, in my opinion, currently in the game. That or Vault of Glass. And then we have the Presage Exotic Quest, or Presciage. I think it's actually pronounced Presage. If you're looking to farm out or craft the Dead Man's Tale. Over on the moon, the featured dungeon is Duality, so another decent Artifice Armor farm, if you're looking for that. First encounter with the Ogre. Fortunately, you can't cheese him off the ledge anymore, but still a very easy encounter to do. And today's Legendary Lost Sector can be found over on Europa, and is, in my opinion, the best one, or one of the best ones to farm, especially on Europa. The Bunker E15, remember you can cheese this one by releasing the sweeper bots, which are now armed with, looks like submachine guns. And they will do a lot of the work in this particular Legendary Lost Sector for you, and it is awarding exotic chest armor. So if you were saving up those exotic Ingrams in your Postmaster from previous Legendary Lost Sectors, now's the time to cash them in. But this is also a good day to farm those up, so make sure you have a full inventory of Ingrams on your person, as I do, or as I usually like to, over on your inventory screen if you're curious. Make sure these are full, and go farm a Legendary Lost Sector, and all the exotics you would get from the chest will instead be sent to your Postmaster as an exotic Ingram, which can then be opened on a different day for that day's exotic loot. Sort of a way of crafting the exotic that you want. Also remember, as a bonus to that, make sure you have the armor stat bonus that you want equipped on your exotic ghost. That way those exotics that you do get will be tailored to the type of stats that you are looking for. Banshee 44 doesn't have anything too exciting. Remember that this loot should, at least the featured loot, should rotate 7 hours after the daily reset timer. So now that's 7 p.m. for me, as I'm on the east coast of the States, and we just went through daylight savings time. But nothing too stand out. The weekly weapons won't rotate until 7 hours after the daily reset timer tomorrow, so that's on Wednesday, 7 hours after the daily reset. Lothbrok C might be something worth picking up, maybe giving it a try in Iron Banner since it's here. We'll run down to Ada 1, see if she has any interesting shaders. I'm sure she won't, but on the way there, I just want to thank everybody so much for watching today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I said before. And if you've watched to this point, you can leave a hashtag Iron Banner, or a hashtag Lightfall, or a hashtag Bungie in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. You got 8-1. We have the Deb Orbit's Fate shader. I actually think this is a very rare one. I've heard that this one hasn't been around. Ooh, that's kind of a nice one. I think I might have to pick that up. Oh, I already own it, so I don't have to pick it up. We have the new Pacific Rush shader. Kind of looks like what I have on, actually. And then we have the name that I cannot pronounce shader. Zero shader. For some reason, those aren't changing that much. I'm not totally sure why. But in any case, I'm Wilhelm Scream. Thanks once more for watching. Enjoy farming out Iron Banner this week, or any of the other activities. I'll probably do an update guide on the Lightblade if anybody requests it in the comments. If you have any video that you would like a rundown on for this week of any of the activities that I discussed, you can also leave that in the comments. Any of those things or comments that I've asked for also count as those secret hashtags. Thanks so much for watching once more, and good farming this week. Again, of course, we will see you next time.